everyone, welcome back to another episode with me, Bellfire, and today we're back in Phantom Brigade with our team here. Knockout, Prowler 5, the Red Flash Reborn, and the Longbow Reborn. So, let's go ahead and deploy everyone. And I want to deploy my mechs against the enemy units equally. So there is the longbow, and it's being targeted by a missile. How wonderful. So what I'll do is I'll have my sniper take a proper position up on a little bit of a hill. You could call it a cliff, even though it's not really a cliff. And what is blocking you? A building? A hill. A hill was blocking that shot. There we go. So then the red flash I'll take over here, because what I can do is intercept this mech. I think that's where your movement stops. So if I were to attack you here, I could then... I wouldn't even need to... Well, I would need to wait for maybe... Ooh, okay. So I'll have you move back to here to then... Can you reach? I don't think so. But you can make it... Oh, wait, why didn't I think of this? Just simply... Yeah, no. So, probably back, and unfortunately I'll have to end there. Then you, I'll actually have move over to here, so you can start picking off tanks. Because tanks don't like railguns for whatever weird reason. I know the reason, it's quite obvious. Because if I'm right, I might not be. I think you can hit the same enemy multiple times with a railgun shot if you are at the right angle. Oh, I was worried about that. Oh, dear. So, there you are. I don't think I can quite get you in. So, a quick dash to then a melee. To then my hope is a secondary melee. So that would be bang, bang. And my hope is the pilot will go unconscious, but... As for you, I will have you... Honestly, I think I should just get you to back up. Like away from the edge of the hill. Then... I see what happened. They both are medium class tanks. Or, not tanks, mechs. I wonder. Slow. Light. Oh, so this is the mech type or classification, and this is the mech speed. I see. And then, last but not least, is you. You are not really meant for destroying enemies. You are really just simply designed to knock out their pilots with an overwhelming barrage. Or to stagger them to the point where they can't attack. Please tell me you're okay. For the most part, yes. Somehow. So, I'm not going to worry about that mech. You will, because you're in the perfect range too. And you've been lobbing shots this entire time. You here... And this is why I love it when it's raining in a battle. Because I, basically, don't have to worry about any heat. And you may be saying, oh, yeah, you do. It's just not noticeable. When I say I don't have to worry about heat, no time in the Red Flash's timeline does it say the heat is rising. No time. I'll go ahead and take a second and a third in case you still refuse to go down, and then you I will go for right after. Are you getting taken care of? And if so, yes, you are. And that's why I did that. Yeah, I didn't think you'd go down in just a single volley. Oh, you have a machine. You have a handgun. I see. Too bad. I'm now out of your optimal range. With only a 14% chance to hit me. To be fair, I'm also out of my range, but that's just simply... That's fixable with a simple... Ooh, you moved far. Okay, so why not move to, like, right there? To then just... strike. Dash back. Strike. And then dash... back to there. Because I can't make room in the timeline. Got it. To get a... line of sight on that mech, that would definitely need to be a lot of dashes, but again, practically no heat concern because of the rain. But the one concern I do have would be friendly fire here. Okay, good, no friendly fire. Then you just simply need to move up, make sure you have the right angle, and just start attacking. As for knockout, I don't think that this mech will be able to make it over there. Because although, yes, it is the most useful mech that can stun in my entire arsenal. Oh. Just one volley. Yeah, I don't think you'll make it. Oh, your hand... Your sidearm isn't really what you said it was. It's a, pistol shotgun. Not fun. Elbrus stuff. So the reason I like Elbrus, or Elbrus, however you want to say it, is because the rare stuff gives you a, well, here, I'm gonna show you. Ooh, that hurts, though. Red Flash, for example, has a rare Elbrus right arm. Defensive and offensive upgrade. It is the... Knockout has an Elbrus torso, which has defensive and mobility, and then Elbrus legs for mobility and offensive, and defensive and offensive, which I don't know why I have the regenerator in here. Really, light plate would be better, because that would just make you even faster. And yeah, sure, you may say Bane is best because I don't know why. I mean, I think naturally Bane equipment has a higher heat dissipation, but when you can just simply smack a heat sink in your arm, I say that makes up for it. Even though, yeah, Heatsink Mark 2 and 3 consume power, that's fine, because your torso can house a generator along with your legs. And yeah, I know that doesn't exactly cancel out all of the energy loss you would normally get, but in my opinion, something is better than nothing. And honestly, I feel like taking on this reinforced convoy. Because normally, if I remember right, they have good loot. And the sad thing is, I have I'm more hidden from enemies when I am boosting than when I'm normally driving. So I'm more visible to enemies when I'm not boosting. So the red flash is still damaged, and that's the only one. Okay, to be fair, you did take a few shotgun rounds to the back. Okay, 6 enemies. Let me see. Shotgun missile launcher, autocannon, shotgun, machine gun. Okay, where's my sniper? Move you to the very back of the map as far as I can. And just start plinking at the shotgun missile launcher. Unfortunately, it stopped raining, I think. Where... You're the other one. And get a single shot. No. So all shots go to you. Then I'll have you dash up and out of the way. To then move to here for cover, because buildings, depending on the weapon you're going up against, make excellent cover. Unless you're up against a railgun, which then... I'm sorry, you're out of luck. Three attacks in, 4 attacks in, still not overheating. That's just that's how ridiculous Knockout has become. And I won't say anything about the red flash. Because still no heat gain. And just dash back to here. And there we go. Execute. Instantly crashing. Nice. You're fairly damaged for a single melee strike. So, why not just add a little bit of insult to injury and just finish this one off? You may be saying, oh, but machine gun, does concussive damage. Yeah, it's a machine gun. So what? As long as it doesn't do massive amounts of structural or hull damage, I'm fine. So you're coming in to attack pretty much point blank with a missile launcher. So what I will do is move out, probably into your minimum range, but just start pelting attacks. Then this mech is not coming out of hiding yet, but by the end of the round is... Oh, you're dashing out too. Nice. Yep. And that is why I love the plasma... Yeah, the plasma repeater. Because it causes stagger damage. Stagger damage in the game is broken because it... like I said in the last episode, applies the crashing effect, which basically means, oh hey, you can't do anything because you are currently crashing. Or basically put, haha, I knocked you off balance. You can't do anything now. And I was originally using a melee weapon that had a lot of stagger damage to it. But also, it took so much heat, and also it took a very large time block. So, I switched out weapon. So far, this one is the best. The only thing I could probably do to make one that's better is craft it, which is saying something, but to be fair, most enemies don't use melee weapons. That's why melee is also super strong, because most enemies don't have a piece of equipment that can deal with you that close. And yeah, you may be arguing, oh hey, but shotguns exist. Yes, they do exist. But shotguns still have a minimum range. It may not be as big as my typical pieces of equipment, but it still exists. It is still out there. And even though you may not think it is, it is. Plus, just overall, this mech is much tankier than any of my others. Oh, you feel like launching a missile at one of the, I won't say larger threats, but one of the threats that can deal damage through any means necessary. So that basically means through cover, through another enemy, so on and so forth. So you're just moving forward, huh? Dash back just to get a little bit of range, then move you to there. Then I will move you over to here to get you out of friendly fire range. And I'll just move you to where that mech was. And hope and pray there is no friendly fire. Even though it's just as easy as checking the timeline, there may be a little bit of friendly fire this round. But hey. That's friendly. That's an enemy. And I mean, hey, plus, if I can get rid of this one early, that's a bonus to me. And then last one. There we go. Now, as long as the sniper does not miss, I had no worry. Because, yeah. Arrow. Ooh. Ooh, that's kinetic and stagger. With composite too, which means what? It has 18% less mass, and it already has... It produces 130, 12 to 28. I'll need to check that one. And I just find it funny that the best piece of equipment in the game, or piece of... The best exoskeleton piece is also the exoskeleton piece you start out with in the very beginning of the game. Red flash. There we go. So you have a blade. This is a cutter. It is cutter. There we are. 130 heat generation. It is very... It's actually fairly light, but it has a very, very low range. And yeah, I can't see myself using it when this one has a 0.3. Sorry, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. I have no idea what I was just talking about. sadly. But, oh, that's right. I was comparing this cutter, which I don't think is that great. This one has dispersing. That's why this one is so good. That's why this one is so good then. It has minus 21% heat generation with another 10%, which can be even higher, bringing it down to 0.2. But when it's raining, that means infinite, just infinite attacks. Oh, and I'm out of liquid fix. That's not good. Okay, so what's the next? That's a 14. That's a 15. That's a 16. That's a 15. That's a 15. 15, 16, 15. So I think here. Yeah, I'm thinking here. Because 17, I don't think I'll be able to do. At least not right now. So, Latis, one of the modern industrial centers of the homeland. This region specializes in rare earth, metal processing, and semiconductor manufacturing. Interesting. What happened to all of my supplies? I had a lot of supplies. Scan jammers. Okay. Smoke charges. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I went on an upgrading spree. I completely forgot about that. I thought the game just ate my resources. Okay. So there's a town, a base. With a Hawkeye unit. That's fun. Dear Lord, someone's launching so many fireworks outside my house right now. I will contest your province, and I will strike this equipment convoy. And see what I mean when I am more hidden when I'm going in overdrive than I would be normally. And yes, I'm taking this unit. I'm just switching out the pilots because each pilot needs to rest every now and again. So that's why I have 8 of them on duty out, or 8 of them in the barracks. Okay, so let's see who's getting attacked and by what. So a few missile attacks. And 1 weapon, which is a machine gun. Okay. So I'm going to say this now. Their funeral, because they are choosing not to strike currently my most powerful unit. And the only way this unit can get stronger is with a faster weapon. So I will move you. You are my plasma. So if I move you, you'll have missiles coming from there. So I'm thinking up to against that house maybe. I doubt that'll be good, but I'll hope. There, and then finally into the building. At least that's my hope. I don't know if it'll work. Because the missiles will take time to travel. So then you can pop out. While matching speed, hopefully, with that one. Then you, since you aren't done yet, I'm thinking you might go this way, but then I'm risking attacking that one. And is that... That's not a new tank, is it? No, it's the same tank, just with a very jerry-rigged weapon. Alright, so then I'm thinking up over to here. Then up... No way. Does that actually strike? That does strike. And I'm just gonna walk to the side to then melee attack your pal over here. Or run back a little bit to not melee attack you again, sadly. Because there. Then move you back. I would like to stay as close as possible. So I'll just simply move to the side a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Like there. To then smack your pal. Now, my sniper. Oh, no. They gave me the perfect lookout. So, I thank you. Because what they didn't realize is, if I'm not mistaken, I have pretty much a sightline on on a good chunk of things. And I'm tempted not to move you, but if I move you to over here... That's right. You're big, and you aren't the fastest, because you are a medium, which is slow, or has medium speed. Okay, there we go. Starting out with dashes with everyone. Holy missile strikes. You did not do that, right? Okay, no, you did not. I'm curious, though. You did hit there. And you assisted in that. Okay. I see. So then I'll have you dash back to then just melee. To then dash. To melee. And you can't dash again. Unfortunate. Then you. Good friend with the sight lines. If I dash you there. Sure, you will have a missile launched at you, but also there will be a mountain in the way. And why? Because of the mountain. But you decide to foolishly come out of your cover, which is what's keeping you safe from a sniper, keep in mind. And then, of course, you... I think you'll be taken care of. At least that's my hope, anyway. Then I can move you over to here to at least distract this tank, if not take it out entirely. Already crashing. You're crashing. You are still alive. Somehow. Oh, wait. Again, this is also a rank 10 weapon. I forgot about that. You're crashing because of the stagger. So I'll just do another blitz. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, blitzing is what I call rapid melee attacks. Because it's kind of like a blitz strike. Very fast. Actually, wait, hang on. I want to make sure I'm getting that right. So let me look something up real quick. A series of quick and decisive short battles to deliver a knockout blow to an enemy state before it can fully mobilize. So in my case, the enemy state would be the mechs that I'm fighting, and my battles would be every single strike. If you want to put an analogy to it. So what I'm going to do is keep this tank stunned for now. At least that's my hope. Funny enough, you're shielding, which means I think you're going to eject. And there's only a tank left. I feel sorry for you. Mostly because tanks aren't the best at going against entire squad of mechs that are pretty much at full health. No way. I didn't think you were overheated. And really, I'm only bringing this tank up because I wanted it to have a little bit of fun, but I don't think I'll be able to do that. Now, my hope is this tank goes out before it can deal any more damage. And my plan worked. Nice. Ooh, you almost went out. Cannon, a light torso, a standard reactor, hot rod, a heavy arm. Ooh, that's a single shot. Another single shot. Shield, which... maybe. So no, no, no. Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. So what I will do is... That's 15, so... No, no, and just one more item, so there. That isn't even selected. Okay, there we go. Mainly because that's a very high level shield, which, believe it or not, I don't have. And as soon as I get out of range... You're kidding me. Oh dear, that's not good. Okay. So getting to this battle site, which... 475! Uh-oh! I might be in a little bit of trouble. I'm concerned. No secondary. No secondary. It's supposed to be very hard, but I mean, to be fair, it might actually be just simply due to having a, simply put, level 10 blade. Which I only have one other level 10 blade, but higher duration, less damage, yeah. And then, like, cutters. I have a level 15 cutter. I may have to switch to this temporarily. Take out that. And put in liquid cooling. Okay, so every 0.9 seconds. That's not that bad. I would much rather prefer it to be a lot shorter, but... Ah, yes, heavy melee. Oh, wait, no, that's level 10. Dang it. So, there's a difference between heavy melees, which I think this is the one I just had, and then medium melee, which is like cutters, and sabers, which are not as good. So, I'll try this one. I hope I don't wind up overheating, because if I do, I'm gonna struggle. Okay, so who's getting what? Okay, my melee, the red flash is getting a missile strike, so that's actually not a bad distance. So if I move you to, say, here, then if I strike you about here, then I could strike you again. Oh, okay, yep, that's overheating. That's not what I want. That's gonna overheat, so I'm just gonna let you cool down for the rest of the round. You aren't getting targeted at all. That means I can get you set up wherever I want. So I'm going to soften you up a little bit because you are going to be a pain because you have a missile launcher. You then go over here. Not once, but rather twice in a row. Risk a little bit of friendly fire. That is a lot of firing time. And then last but not least, my plasma, or my knockout. Go ahead there. Then head over to about here. Walk up to about here, I'm thinking. And just fire at the nearest enemy tank. There we go. I do want to see this in action. Okay! That dealt stagger damage, if I'm not mistaken, right? Instantly ejecting because you don't have another weapon. Dang it. So, say I were to do something a little bit tricky like this. That would overheat, I think. Mm-hmm. But a little bit of overheat. Actually, no, that's a lie. A little bit of overheat did hurt someone. Believe it or not, my sniper at the time, which is not the same pilot, but basically the same mech frame. That mech wound up losing both arms because of overheat. Or was it the destroyer? Oh, I don't remember now. If you all want to figure it out, it's in the video I stormed the Capitol in, which is episodes 13 and 14, if I remember correctly. No. It's 12, sorry. 12 and 13. Okay. Ah, yes, a tank without orders, mainly because overheat for tanks is a real problem. Ooh. Ow. One more strike. Okay. So sure, it may not be the melee weapon I want. It's still a good melee weapon. Oh, man. Okay, well. Yep, I saw that coming. Oh, hey, you think you can run? That's cute. I think I'm gonna head up the hill to then do a sneaky little, strike. Then you... Do you even have an angle on this guy? That is, in fact, running away. Yeah, both the tank and... Oh, man. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so tired. And this mech are ejecting. I guess that's the good thing. If you can take out a enemy mech's arm, mainly the weapon arm, they'll eject most of the time. As long as they don't have a sidearm. Because if they have a sidearm, they'll switch to that. Oh, that's a lot of friendly fire. Uh-oh. That is not good. That's really not good. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I've just created an emergency situation because you unintentionally created the perfect barricade. So, it's going to be Overheat Central. Attempting to keep this mech stunned until you can get up to then just simply say, hey, no thank you, and get out of there. And you'll just simply dash to about here, I'm thinking. And as long as you have line of sight, which you do, slightly inside of minimum range, but that's fine. My whole goal right now is to keep this mech essentially subdued or knock it out outright. That should be enough. Thank the Lord. I was very worried there for a moment. That's the allied mech that went down. So, I don't want any of that. Ooh, an assault rifle, maybe. Did that say precision 2? There we go. Okay. So for those of you who haven't understood yet, melee is very broken. Especially when you have a 0.9 second cooldown on your melee strikes. And on your dashes, a 0.1. Also, it helps that... Also, it helps that 48... I don't know, meters? I'm not sure. To dash? And no, I'm not giving this mech a... ranged weapon. Because this is already lighter and it has liquid cooling. The only way it could get better is if this cutter, instead of having composite 3, had... Oh, what was it? Was it a heavy blade? Yeah, a heavy blade if it had dispersing 3. Dispersing, for those of you who don't remember, dispersing 3 takes away 21% of the heat generation. The knockout took a little bit of damage, but Elbrus parts being Elbrus parts are shockingly good. Like, this mech can fire every 0.7 seconds and dash every 0.8. 0.9, I'd say that's pretty good. The only way you're getting much better is if you have something that can pretty much... Every slot it has could be a heatsink. That's really the only way I think you'd make pretty much any piece of equipment better. And yay! More traveling. It's fine. I mean, hey, enough missions and I'll have this province recaptured in no time. Oh no, there are a lot of units over here. Like an armored unit, and a reinforced convoy, and a town. So I'm thinking after this one I'll head up here. Suit up. Okay, an additional unit, great. And it's supposed to be very hard. I see. Yeah, nothing a little bit of stagger can't fix. So, what I do occasionally is I tend to 7 enemies. Railgun repeater. At who? That's my sniper. Okay. Machine gun. You will be the pain. I will be taking you out first. Or would it be the railgun? Missile or railgun? Railgun you can't dodge, but you can very easily and quickly get out of range. So, what I'm going to do is dash. Dash. Do a little bit of a sneaky melee strike. I can hope that that knocks that mech down. Or I can... which way can I go to avoid a... I don't think I can. So what I'll do instead is hit this mech with the side and do it again. That is if this mech is still walking. So then I want to get up to here. You know what? Right there works. And I want to get to there. So then albeit much closer than I would like. Up to 22%. That's okay. Not my favorite, but at least it's not 100% with a railgun. And I know I may not share the same idea of, oh no, they have a railgun. I need to focus on them. I should have assumed. I should have assumed that you would have started crashing. Because that is a lot. And I mean a lot of damage. Now I don't think you'll like what happens next. What do you have? An assault rifle. On your way in, please attack this tank. Then you... That tank's still up, or that mech's still up, so I'm actually going... I love the fact that depending on your thruster strength, you can dash surprising distances. Like, that was a genuine shock that I could actually make that, but, like, a good shock if you can understand what I mean. So then you... I'm doing my best to avoid friendly fire, because I have definitely done some of that in my time playing this game. And it was completely unintentional friendly fire, which is even better because you need your mech to be at maximum HP. A railgun bolt goes through your target, hitting another friendly mech. It's just chaos. And I do want to see that. You got up. Yep. Okay. So you are still crashing. This tank crashing and the pilot's concussed. So it's out of the battle. So I'll move you back a little bit because this tank is, or this mech is still in the fight. And I'll just simply do this. There's that one. Now you... I can get a fairly easy collateral damage shot there. So what I'll do with you is send you up towards this tank back here. Which is actually moving up, funny enough. Okay. So if I target you... right there. There we go. Then last but not least you, as long as I'm positioned right, which means about right here. Oh yeah, that's a definite collateral shot. And a very, very nice one too. Yep, collateral, my favorite. Okay, that tank is still awake. Mainly, I'm checking because I want to see this. Ooh, that mech would have definitely chose to stop. At least I would hope. So you? Okay. Hey. Get concussed. And there's room for seconds. Or there are your seconds. Whatever you want to say. And yeah, I know I have units without orders, but a sniper rifle and a massive sword going against a tank. I had you go to that. Angry grumbles. I think I didn't consciously make that connection, so I was like, it'll be fine. Subconsciously, of course. And I know, units without orders again. Oh well. There we go. 34.3 stagger. That is amazing. So yes, melee is broken, especially when you can build it right. Specifically when you can build it right. That means right melee weapons, the melee weapon needs to have the right perk, so on and so forth. Like, the weight reduction's nice and all, because that means the mech can go farther. Bonk. Yeah, so what I've learned is the lighter your mech is, the faster it'll go, and potentially you'll deal way more damage. Honestly, I may rename this one to the Powerhouse. I forgot to switch out pilots. Uh-oh. Okay, so we're looking at 3 enemies. 2 mechs, shotgun, shield, marksman rifle, handgun, and a autocannon. And who's getting targeted? Smart, they're going for the melee. Very, very smart. Only thing is, they're not going for it soon enough. And there we go. So then you can go ahead and take your perch up there. And then go. You'll hit an ally if you fire there. So go towards that tank, because I'm not dealing with friendly fire, especially when it comes to that mech. Because although, yes, it is a very strong mech in itself, it's not immortal. No matter how badly I want it to be. You may be saying, why am I even bringing up the rest of them? Safety measures. Because although, yes, this tank, or this mech, is an absolute powerhouse, for obvious reasons, in ejection already. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll have time to choose if you're going to eject or not. Because I'll move you back here once more to then get another melee strike off. Then you... Can you go ahead and target that tank now? By the looks of it, yes, which is very good news for me. And really my whole goal here is to avoid unnecessary damage, because I'm pretty sure I'm full. Yeah. So yeah, my goal is to basically avoid as much damage as possible, because the less damage I take, that means I won't consume that amount of liquid fix. Crashing again to being heavily crippled and a minigun fired. You're going to eject. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll have a choice. I say that because I think you'll be crashing again. Or just ejected from this mortal coil. I see. Okay. Yeah, I'm slowly realizing I should have started making melee mechs much sooner. I realize this now. I made a mistake early game. Because say I had 10 or a full squadron of these guys, or of this mech, basically carbon copies of each other, depending on the engagement, I would either be incredibly over-prepared, like in cities where it's very close quarters. That is where this thing shines. But if it's an open field, like on a road, this is where this mech struggles a little bit. But it still works, which is the annoying thing. But unfortunately, that's all the time I have in today's episode, so I hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, all that amazing stuff, and I'll see all of you in the next episode. Bye, guys!